Welcome to another weekly workout. I can't even contain myself. I'm like so hype about today's workout. I combined a few requests that you guys gave me from last week, and I have a feeling if you give this workout a go, it's gonna be like a new staple for you, like a new fave. Maybe something you do every week, because it's so good. Like no fluff, a little bit heavier weight, fun, dynamic, back of the body, okay? I can't think of anything in there that I don't like. So stick with me. Let me explain real quick and then we're gonna get into it, tell you what equipment you need, pause the video, get everything, and then we'll get started, okay? So we're doing a posterior chain focus, which means for us today, we're gonna be doing rear delts, triceps, back, like back extensors, multifidi, all those little muscles here that are part of your core, butt, lassa booty, hamstrings, and calves. So it means no bicep curls, no quads, not a lot of abs today, okay? Equipment-wise, I have a big range from 2.5 pounds all the way to 15-pound dumbbells, and then I'm gonna jump up and I'm gonna use probably a 30-pound dumbbell. If you have a kettlebell or a barbell or anything, a small child, something heavy, because we're gonna be doing some hip thrusts for the bootay. You want something a little challenging. And then I also have a band just for our warm-up. If you don't have that, that's fine. You'll need a chair or an ottoman or a couch to lean against for our hip thrust. I'm using a bench, okay? It sounds like a lot, but it's gonna be worth it, okay? As far as the style, we're still doing barre, like it's gonna be dynamic, it's gonna be to the music, I'm gonna cue everything, follow along, you're not gonna be bored, but we're not gonna be doing like a bunch of pulsing with 30-pound weights, you know what I mean? So, I'm super stoked, pause the video, go get all your stuff, we're gonna start on the floor. You ready? Grab your band, we're just gonna put it around your thighs, like right above your knees. It can be any kind of band, honestly. It's just we're waking up the back of the body here. Lay down, feet are a little closer to the booty than normal. I want you to bridge up and hold. Okay, we're gonna talk specifics here to get warm. I want you to squeeze your butt, push your feet into the floor and press out on the band a little bit. Drop your ribs here. So look at the video. If your ribs are up, put them down. Squeeze your butt. Now I want you to think of heading 100% maximal contraction. So squeeze, push, tension everywhere, push out on the band, in through those feet, hold, hold, hold. If that's truly 100, that's where we're gonna start. So we're just gonna think about minimizing the contraction. We're gonna do 90%, 80%, your hips should be dropping 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 0. Hips are down on the floor. Now with that same control with your mind, start to squeeze 10%, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. It's a great way to get your head into your butt. Down we go, 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. One more time, try to start deep. Squeeze, 10%, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Now hold that, start to push out on your band. Press. Make sure your shoulders are down. Again, those ribs are down. We don't want back pain here. We want to fire up the glutes and the hammies. So let's just alternate one press out and one little bridge. So out, little up, out, squeeze. And again, we're thinking tension. Like you don't always have to think in percentages, but it's less of a throwaway move and just a little deeper and more specific. All right, keep your knees out on a slight V, so keep them pressed and just give me a full range bridge. Squeeze and drop. Still trying to get to 100%. Like this could be a throwaway move, but not for us. We're getting our focus in for this really awesome workout. All right, halvesies. So we're gonna go all the way up, halfway down. Squeeze, squeeze. So it's bigger than a pulse. A pulse is just like hardly even moving. I want you to truly drop halfway, maybe even all the way down, if you're able to keep that contraction. 4, 3, 2, hold back to that abduction, so just press out on the band. Think about lower abs, pulling up and in, close your eyes, relax your forehead. 16 double time, we're taking that band off. 15, 14, 13, squeeze, push your feet into the floor. 8, 7, 6, nice and tight. 2, 1, roll it down. Good, hug your knees into your chest just to stretch that out a little bit. Band comes off. We're gonna flip it over, we're gonna keep it moving. Hands and knees. So it's a little bit of a core element. Pull up and in, opposite arm and leg release. So I'm gonna do right arm, left leg. Out, 2, in and replace. Switch sides. Out, in. Now, the focus for me is on the leg, especially because we just warmed up the back of the body a little bit. You should really be able to feel it. Stay on the right arm and left leg, lift, and then tap both to the ground. Squeeze. Now, your focus is in the left butt cheek and hamstring. Keep that leg nice and straight, and also in your supporting hand and knee to keep everything nice and tight. Little pulse. Shoulders are down. We're not really going higher than 90. 3, 2, 1. Release. Other arm and other leg, tap to the ground. Left, tap. Same focus here. Squeeze your butt. Lengthen the leg. 4 more. Shoulders are even. Core is tight. Hips are square. Good. 8 little pulses. Right here. 8, 7, 6. So we're going to go back to the other leg. 3, 2, 1. Hands stay on the floor. Flex your left foot. And we're just gonna start a nice little drive. Remember, this is just a warm up. We're trying to get our brains connected to the back of the body and get those muscles kind of turned on. Ooh. Try to stay parallel for this. Little push to the ceiling. Press, press. You can point your foot now if that works better for you. Just watch that we're not already kind of dipping into that turnout. Up for 3, up, 2, 3. This is probably the only time like normal quick bar tempos are gonna come into play. Good. All right, you got 3 more little triplets. This is where we're gonna start lowering down to the forearms. Hold at the highest height here. We're gonna take a little rotation of the knee and back down. Now squeeze your butt. Squeeze. Rotate. You got 2 more. I want you to almost tuck your hips under and squeeze. Remember, focus, activation is key for this kind of workout. Little faster. Open, close. I'm almost thinking about opening my supporting knee as well, which lends itself to that kind of tucked under feeling. 3, good. 2, we're gonna stay turned out, lift and lower. And this is gonna relate to almost like a little slide up your calf. If you watch the video, I'm really pushing into the floor. Keep your neck long, try not to round. 4, down. Let it swing a little bit. Let that low back warm up. Good, that's it. Bring your knees down, a little press back, a little breath through your back. Right back into all 4s. For the other leg, flex your right foot, lift and lower. Lift, lower. Exhale. So let's do a little checklist. Nice long spine. I'm really caffeinated today, by the way. I hope it's translating through the video, and I hope that I'm like helping carry your energy. Let me do it. I'm like shaking. I don't feel like I had more coffee. Little pulse here. It just hit me good this morning. You know, sometimes that happens. Point the foot if you prefer. Shoulders down. Triplets. Up, 2, 3. We're standing up after this, and we're gonna hit upper body. We're just taking time to warm up the lower. Up, 2, 3. Start to drop down to the forearms. Try to keep that lift through the abs. Here we go, 2 count rotation. Open and close. And just a little note here, try not to open through your pelvis. This happens inside the hip joint. Close, 1 more slow. Leave it open. Give me a nice little pulse. Oh, we didn't do double time. Open, close, open, close, open. Now we can hold it. All right, lift and lower, and this is where we try to almost swing the leg. Get a little slice and slide up the calf, up, down. Should help open the front of your hip as well. Press, down. Swing that leg. Good, 1 more. Bring it in. All right, so stretch over. You can sit to one side a little bit, stretch out the glutes. Tuck your toes, roll to your heels, give me a little forward fold. Soften the knees, roll it up. Okay, so let's just stretch out our arms a little bit, open and close. We're working the back, and we want to be able to get a nice full range of motion. So let's do up and down too. Swing. So let's start, if you have the same variety of weights as me, if you have access to that, 10 pounds is what I'm starting with for a nice little combo here. So pick up your 10s, nice little hinge. We have a combo right out of the gate. Single, single. Actually, let's just warm up with a few singles. Up, down. So the true combo will be single, single, both arms twice, and they're gonna rotate, okay? So it looks like this. Right arm, set, left. Now both arms are gonna rotate, thumbs to the side, thumbs to the side. Good, stay there. And it's a slow tempo because I don't want you to use momentum. I'll face the side. Something that I see a lot is just not going over far enough, and that causes you to use your traps, or going over too far and then pulling to the shoulders instead of the hips. So try to be back weighted in your heels. Good, just stay with the rotation. Up, down. Good, 2 more. 2, keep that rotation. We're gonna go all the way up, halfway down. Squeeze, release, squeeze. So this is where the strength component comes in. Yeah, we're doing tempos, but our goal this whole class today is to really move some weight, and you gotta move a little slower. All right, pulse it out. 8, 7, 6. Now I'm gonna go up and weight for this next set. 3, 2, 1. Give yourself a nice shoulder roll. That kind of primed us. So I'm gonna move both my 15-pound weights up, ready to go. We're gonna spend a while with these. One in your hand, same leg back, lean over, hand on the thigh. Give me a nice single arm row. I'm gonna show a few variations here. So if you don't have anything kind of next to you, you're welcome to just lean on the thigh. I really like pushing into something like a wall or, you know, your TV stand, whatever you got there. Few corrections as we just get some reps in the bank. I see a lot of times that we straighten our back leg. See how that automatically changes where I pull? Bring your back foot in and bend it. Okay, we're gonna go a little slower. Up, down, up, down. I didn't cue that right at all. I really apologize. We're gonna alternate is what I meant to say. Squeeze and down. Row. So stay with this for a few. I want you to feel it. This is where the hip hinge is gonna really come into play. It's not through your upper back. It's through your butt and your hips. 4, down, 3, down, 2. Good, now we're just gonna focus on the deadlift. So this is where I would like you to grab both weights, if you have them. We're back to that little split stance, palms face the body. Let's go down for 2, and up for 2. Lots of teaching here. Open the chest, send the hips back, down, 2. Now I'm using my front shin as a guide to keep my knuckles or my fingernails kind of dragging down, up, 2. You should have the feeling like you're doing a little bridge here. Push through both of your feet down. We're gonna do some tempos here, but they're slow. So use that weight. Okay, down in 3. 3, 2, stand up in 1 count. Squeeze, slow. Hips back, 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 back. Stand it up, down. Open your chest. One thing I see a lot too is keeping your head too far up. We don't want that. Down in 1, up in 3. 1, up. Slow. Now here's where I want you to push. Dig your feet into the floor. Try to give yourself the shakes. Good. Down. All right, back to 2 counts. Down for 2, up for 2. Down. 2. A word on the low back. Starting to talk to you, you're going too deep. So I'm feeling a little bit of activation in the low back. So I'm gonna restrict my range of motion to just below the knee. Drop about halfway down. We're just gonna do a little stand up, release, release. 4 more. Release. 3, release. 2 more. 2, 1. Set those weights down. Okay, grab your 10s again. We're going back to that same combo. Repetition is good here. If your back is on fire, don't go so deep. All right, give me a single. We'll start our combo right here on the phrase. So single, release, single, rotate. So I'm feeling my back, so I'm gonna come up a little bit. Take a single. You know we're gonna speed this up this time. Keep it as small as you need to. Ready? Here we go. Single, single, rotate, rotate, single, single. Don't get crazy. Keep it as small if you need to. Good. Single, single. Good. Just a few little pulses right here. We're open. 7, 6, 5. I'll give you a little stretch after this. 3, 2, 1. Shoulder roll. So, a few words of discussion. If you're like, wow, I kind of feel like an ache right here, you probably need to do this workout consistently. We are, as a culture, or as a generation, I don't know. We're just weak in the back of the body and we're really tight in the front of the body. So stretch out your back. Because we're always on our phones. We're sitting on our computers for work. We're driving. We're always in forward flexion. So we need to strengthen the back, open the front, okay? So if you're like, ooh, go lighter, do whatever you need to do. Other side, grab one of your weights, split stance, other leg. Here we go with that row. Exhale. And just a note, like I'm telling you all the weights that I'm using. If you want to go higher or lower, be my guest. Always listen to your body more than anything else. You want to have a good workout where you're feeling the benefit. Okay, alternate. Up, down, hips, drop. So I have to scoot my back leg in a little bit to get the proper deadlift form. Down, up, drop, row. Now, core component really comes into all this work because you got to support from underneath. So we're not doing 1,000 crunches today, but we're using our core efficiently. 2 more. Good. All right, double up your weight if you can. Deadlift time. Same foot back, open the chest, weight in the heels, down for 2. Down, 2, up. Listen to your body. Make those little adjustments. I find that a lot of my personal training clients have a lot of success just reducing your range of motion, even though a true deadlift goes about mid-shin. Here, if that fires up your back, do less. Do a little bit of a hip hinge and then drive into your feet. Squeeze forward, down and 1, down, up, 2, 3. Keep the chest open, avoid looking up with the chin. Weight backwards, like I was behind you and I just, right here, pulled your hips to the back. Okay, down and 3, up and 1. Down, 2, 3, squeeze. I'm getting a good little Elvis leg on the back foot. Down. Another note is I don't want you to snap into your supporting leg fully straight. Keep the knee a little soft and tuck the hips forward. Okay, we're dropping about halfway down, squeeze. 7. Keep the chest open, the abs in tight. The back might feel like a little bit of work is happening there. As long as you're in good form, it's good. Last one, stand up. Good work. All right, set those suckers down. Whew. Time for some lightweight work for the upper body. We have to work like sequentially so that we don't blow up your back. You can feel all those muscles working, right? So let's let them relax. I'm gonna get my lightest weight. So I have 2.5 pound plates here. If you have 2s or 3s, that would be ideal. We're gonna work on rear delts. This is different. A rear delt fly is different than a back fly. So do a few back flies for me. So palms facing. We do these all the time. Yeah, this should feel pretty familiar. You're working your back. Now, to make this a rear delt fly, bring your waist down, palms face the body. You have to dip a little lower. Use your momentum. Swing. Put your brain into the back of the shoulder. Visualize, like, have you ever seen someone with like just really nice capped shoulders? And you can always see that rear delt. I think it's so pretty. So, so pretty. Definitely just aesthetic, but having strong rotator cuffs and rear delts, really good for just overall shoulder health. So we want that. Good. I'm just now starting to feel it. 4, down. So we'll do a few more. Keep that hinge deep if you can. We're gonna alternate a rear delt fly and a wide row. So the palms are gonna stay in the same plane. Did you see that? So straight arms, elbows. If you're getting too much back, bring it up a little bit or shake it out and get right back in it. Stay with just the wide row. From the front, it should look like a little W. Actually, that's more of an M. It's a W from my perspective. Squeeze. Don't feel like you have to go so high that you get your traps involved. Keep the shoulders down. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Little combo, pay attention. We're gonna go side for 2. Rotate, up, take it down to the floor. Little faster. Wide, rotate, down, floor. This is our last thing in a hinge position, you guys. So just the small hinge in and of itself does challenge all those spinal extensors Those are deep core muscles. I know sometimes we only think of core as being front of the body, but it's 360, baby. Okay, last row, we're just gonna stay in those rotations. Up and down, let's find that beat. You can come up a little higher if you want to. You can totally do this full stand if you'd like. Give me 3 more. Good, 2, 1, and release. Shoulder roll. We will come back to these little ones, but not until we're full flat on the mat. So we're heading into a drop set for our triceps, which again is kind of different. We wouldn't do this in a bar class. We're gonna do it today. Can you start with 10s? That's where I'm gonna start. No fancy tempos whatsoever. The goal of a drop set is you're doing as many reps as you can. Well, there's different ways to do drop sets, but ours today, as many reps as you can until you fully fatigue, and then you drop your weight. So we're in an overhead press, soft knees. Tuck your hips under a little bit, collect your ribs, open the armpit, just a single. Here we go. So because I'm doing this for the video, I'm gonna drop weight when I need to. Okay, if you have more reps in the tank or you need to stop earlier, make those choices for yourself. A few notes. Shoulders down, neck is long. Try to get fully to 90 degrees. That means the weights are dropping totally behind your head. You don't have to lock out at the top. You're just going for a nice deep contraction. Release. I think I got 3 more. 3, 2, that got really hard really fast. 1. Okay, so I'm gonna drop down to my 8s now. If you have different weights available, keep going. Oh my gosh. All right, start at 90, pull those ribs in. Same thing, set of singles. Oh my gosh, I'm already done. All right, stick with me. I'm gonna try to fight for it. Stay with that tempo. Let that beat kind of drive you. Good. Oh my gosh, can I get 4 more? I think so. 4, 3, holy cow, 2, 1. I barely got those up. All right. And down to 5s. That's my next weight increment. These normally would be pretty easy. My arms are already shaking, so we'll see. Shoulders down. Where's my song? There it is. Up. So just dial in your focus, do your best. Cool way of training your muscles with a little bit more weight. I'm gonna try for 8, 7, 6, 5. You guys are probably doing way better than me. I never know. 3, 2, 1, and release. Okay, I'm donezo there. I'm not gonna do that with the light weights. We're gonna come down to the floor. We're gonna combo here a little bit of back extension with some tricep work. So you're gonna come prone, which is onto your stomach. Get some water. Get your lightest pair of weights. You can do this with 5s, it's just gonna be harder. Down we go. My arms are toast. I love it. Okay, we are starting with palms up here. Just leave your weights on the ground for now. Squeeze your booty, lift your abs. We're gonna peel up and down, nice and slow with the upper body. So we're trying to focus on back extension. That happens in the upper back. We have less mobility there generally, and it's a weaker area. Singles, open, close. And I want you to pretend like I just popped into your living room and I'm standing over your body, opening, like I grabbed your shoulders with my hand and I'm pulling them open and apart like this. Open. Little pulse here, squeeze, squeeze. So that's the feeling, like you're the figurehead on the front of the Titanic. You know, they have those like figurines. That's you, the picture of beauty. Okay, we're gonna stay up in that back extension, lift your arms, up, down. I'm laughing because my arms are so toasted already. Squeeze your booty, lift your abs. We wanna protect the low back. That's the perk of strengthening all those surrounding muscles, especially the glutes. We wanna alleviate back pain. Little pulse, squeeze, squeeze. Your goal here, you guys, is not to let the shoulders roll forward. If you find that you're here, kind of smashed in, drop the weights and just press back. Okay, we're gonna do some circles here. Turn those palms a little more to face the body. Nice and slow, up and around, up and around. I'm bringing in a little back extension here. Fight, fight, fight to keep those arms straight. A little faster. 8, 7, 6. We're done after this. We're gonna drop the weights in 4, 3, 2, 1. Without missing a beat, we're sliding the arms forward. If your elbows are underneath your shoulders, that's a great place to start. Roll your shoulders back, walk your elbows a few inches farther forward. Again, rock the shoulders back, everything's in alignment, little press. So I've done this before in a class here, but let's talk about it. In a normal back extension, I want you to squeeze your butt. I want you to use your back, not here. We're focusing in on the triceps. So loose booty, and you're just pushing into the arms. If you're feeling too much compression on your spine, walk your arms really far forward. I know it's a small range of motion, but believe me, you're gonna feel it. I know you are. Press. So push as hard as you can into the heels of the hands. Shoulders are back. Little pulse. Push. Push. I'm gonna face you if I can. Keep pulsing. I might be out of space. Let me show you what I'm doing with my elbows. Let's go back to singles, up and down. Up, down. So everyone has the eye of the elbow, right? And it rotates a little bit. If you're not rotating that forward, when you set your elbows down, they're gonna be in a little diamond shape, and you're not gonna get the benefit from your triceps. So keep them narrow. Does that make sense? Sorry, that was weird cueing to the camera. Okay, we're gonna do a little push and hold right here, press and hold. Little down, press, hold. To modify, if you have anything going on, if you're preggers, anything like that, you can do this up on your knees. We'll meet you there in a second. Keep those shoulders down. 2, we got a few triplets here. Toast out those arms. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I first did this. This was my first cruise ship contract. It was the first time I ever did aerial. And the coach was conditioning us. Okay, press and hold, press, hold. And we did like 1,000 of these, and I thought, this is so dumb. Like, this is so lame. I thought this was gonna be hard. And then by the end of the set, I was like, that is the greatest tricep exercise I've ever done. Okay, 16 pulses and we're done. They're slow. 15, 14, 13. Woo, relax your booty. Ooh, mine was tight. Put that work into your arms. 7, 6, relaxing through the back. Push, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Okay, you guys, now here's what sucks, is I programmed, in my class plan, I had us also doing tricep push-ups. So even though my arms are quaking, and I hope yours are too, we've got to do it, okay? We've got to do it. It's just right. So shake out your arms. Here we go. Nice narrow grip, tops of the thighs, down for 2. Do your best. Down, 2, 2, down, 2. I think we can do it. 2 more. Down and up. One more slow. Keep that neck nice and long. No singles. Do what you got. Keep them small. Down, press, inhale. Exhale. Sorry, I had to find that beat. Woo. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 4 more, you guys. We're gonna try to pulse it. Even if you're just an inch down, hug those elbows so tight. Squeeze your booty forward. Here we go. 16 pulses. 16, 15, 14. It's basically just a nice loose little push-up. Oh my gosh, final 8. 8, 7, 6, don't fall over. 4, 3, we're gonna push it back. 2, 1, and press. Oh my gosh. You're welcome. If your triceps aren't sore after that, I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping mine are sore. Here's the deal. We're gonna move on. All we really have left, our big chunk of class, booty. We're doing legs, and we're using some heavy weights. So this is where you might need to pause the video. I'm gonna get my bench down, get your chair, ottoman, whatever it is. If you're using a hard chair, put a towel or a mat there. It's gotta be comfortable. Get some heavy weights, and let's meet back here for butt stuff. I always wanna say that, but that's not right. Booty work. Let's talk about the hip thrust as being different from a bridge where you're laying flat on the ground. You have a much bigger range of motion. Here, if your chest is supported or your shoulders are up, we have a lot more space to drop the hips and then a lot better space to contract from. So without a weight first, I want you to slide down. This is like bra line area, right underneath your shoulder blades. Let's talk about technique. Usually I see people trying to hold themselves up with your elbows, so make sure you're fully committing. You can support with your elbows to the side or even your hands behind the head. Now this is at its best a hip hinge movement. So squeeze your hips up. I want you to tuck your chin under, almost like you're trying to get your pubic bone and your nose to touch. This is actually going to enable your butt to take over and your back to release. Now we're gonna drop down for 2. You can keep your elbows on for a little more support and press up, down. What I don't want, watch the video, is just the back doing this weird arch. No, you gotta bring your chest forward with you. See how everything moves on a hinge? You will get a little bit of neck activity. That's why sometimes I say take one hand or both hands behind the head. You have to push your body weight so that you don't slide down the bench. So a lot of moving factors. Once you find it, it's really good. Let's do some little halvesies here. Down, squeeze. Sometimes I get quad activation at the top. So try to push your kneecaps forward, almost like your femurs are getting longer. That's a good cue for me to help release the legs. Okay, so come down. Here's where I'm gonna add the weight. I'm choosing a 30-pound dumbbell because I'm comfortable with this exercise. Maybe try something smaller or without anything at all, and then when you come back later to do this video again, you can add weight. Okay, so if you have a dumbbell with me, you have to scoot the weight a little bit down your thighs because when we drop, I don't want it annihilating your hip bones. So maybe come into that drop position, make sure you're in a good position. Here we go, we're gonna press up for 2, down for 2. Squeeze, up and down. Now I keep my hand on the weight just for stability so I can kind of roll it and keep it off my hip bones. You're welcome to hold with one hand and take a hand behind the head if all you're feeling is neck. Good, keep it going. Up, 2, down, 2. You're just trying to get in to your butt, okay? There's just no better way to say it. Squeeze your hips. Down for 2. Let the glutes stretch at the bottom. We're gonna go up in 1 and down in 3. So we're gonna go up 1, down. Sorry, I had to find my music again. Press. Now, just like a Pilates set, you know, like at first your neck feels a little tired. This gets way better the more you do it. Keep it going, up in 1, down. And after a while, when you get the right feeling here, you're gonna realize that you could probably move a lot of weight on your lap here. So if you have like a 70-pound dumbbell, you're welcome to do that. Up in 3, down in 1, so it's slow. Up, 2, 3, hinge. Keep that chin tucked, look straight forward, down. Try to stay out of the quads. Knees forward, lengthen the femurs. Good, half little pulses, so up, halfway down. Squeeze your butt. Good, still hinging. 4, 3. Okay, nice power set to the finish. They're still slow. Hold down for 2. Down, push. Close your eyes. Find your butt, find your glutes. That's another thing that happens with almost everybody. We just don't have that activation. We got the glute amnesia. If you're feeling your back at all, make it a lot smaller. Push into your heels. Down, 2. We got 2 more. Down, 2, 1 more. Okay, now you're at the top. We're gonna isometric hold to finish. You're just gonna squeeze your butt. This is where you can balance. Take the hands behind the head if that feels better. Push, squeeze, relax your low back. Maybe a few little pulses. 8, 7, it just feels right. 6, woo! Like just now, I really felt the fatigue. 2, 1, and release. Okay, that was our warm up for the back of the legs. We're gonna stand up and use your same chair, bench, whatever you got, as a little back prop for some Bulgarian split squats. I'm gonna hold a pair of 10-pound dumbbells. Put your foot down, put your weights down there. Take your foot behind you. So let's do a few without weights. It's just better. I like a lot of hinge here. So let's go down for 2 and up for 2. Now I have this handy little balance here. I'm gonna take that away, but this is a great training tool. I like to have the top of my foot down. You can tuck your toe, but I don't want this. Go ahead and look at the video. You're gonna be all quad and we don't want that. So think about that little split stance deadlift we did in our warm up. That's what you're doing here. Now, if you were holding on to something, we're gonna unhold and just try to find the glutes. We might need to move a little slower. Okay, before we pick up weights, let's dig in. Again, I'm not straightening through that top leg. Stop right there and tuck your hips under. Down. A few more slow. So think about the same position of the hip thrust. Down, squeeze and tuck, almost like you're bridging. See how my knee doesn't straighten, but I'm really squeezing from the back of the leg? My back thigh is totally off. Okay, now that we're tired, we're gonna grab our weights. Down we go. Open the chest. We're gonna stand up for 2, down for 2. Here we go. Up, down. Now you can tip the weights however you want. I like to tip them back. Try to touch them to the ground. Keep sitting your hips back, you guys, like you're sitting on the bench. Relax your back quad. You're trying to feel it in the glute of that front leg. Go smaller or hinge deeper if you need to. Okay, up in 3, down in 1. 3, 2, 1, down. 3, 2, 1. Squeeze. Push the leg in. 2, the floor. Down. One more. Good. Up in 1, down in 3. Down. 2, 3. You know it's harder when I stop talking. Okay, up for 2, down for 2 to finish. Up, 2, down. We've got 8. So this is 7. Down. Keep the knee right aligned over those second toes. Okay, you got 4 more. Fight for it. You can do it. Don't be afraid to hinge. Push your hips backwards like you're sitting into a chair. Open the chest and the collarbones. Neck aligns with the rest of the back. One more, you guys. You can do it. And down. Oh my gosh. My legs are quaking. Stretch out that side. So whatever leg was front, cross it over. Okay, before we go to the other side, we're gonna do some calf work here as a break. Doesn't feel like a break. I'm gonna hold like my 8-pound weights. Feels appropriate here. We wanna be weighted. Oh my gosh. That one side. No, I'm one of those weird people. I like Bulgarian split squats. I can really feel my butt. So if you hate them, I'm sorry, but they're good for us. Parallel feet, shoulders back. Take a nice deep breath. Pull up your knees. Releves. Here we go. Lift, lower. Use this intermission as a recentering of sorts. Let the weights pull your shoulders down. Nice loose neck. Good posture. Good, a little faster. Up. Core tight. Good, one little set of triplets. 1, 2, 3. Try to relax your toes. Squeeze your sit bones together a little bit. You got 4 more triplets. We'll change the position of the feet. 3, 2, 3. I didn't make it up on that one. One more. 1, 2, 3. Plie. My legs are tired. It feels so good. First position doesn't have to be a good one. Let's take our weights to our hips. Lift, up, down, up. Same thing. Squeeze your butt, you guys. Lengthen your spine. Good posture. Up, down. Let your heart rate come down a little bit. I think mine's up just because of the caffeine. A little faster. Coursing through my veins. Woo! I'm falling over. Okay, in a turnout position, up for 2. Up, up, down, down. Whew, these are hard. Up, down, down. 4 more. Up. Don't look at my form. I feel like it's not great. 2 more. 1. Plie. We have 2 more positions. Parallel wide. Lift and lower. Lift. Now, in this one, it's easy to sickle your arches out. Don't do that. So go towards your big toe. Exhale. These 8-pound weights are killing me. I don't know if I can keep them up. Just being honest. 2. 1. A little faster. Keep it light if you can. 7, 6. Oh! I'm gonna ditch them. I'm not gonna lie. I'll pour them back for that last set. Up for 3. Up, 2, 3. Up, 2, 3. I just can't keep my releve as high. 4 more. 2, 3. 3, 2, 3. Squeeze your sit bones. 1 more set, you guys, I promise. Turned out second position. It's the worst, but we're gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna put my weights back. Front of the chest this time. There we go, lift and lower. Lift. You're gonna be glad to go back to hip thrusting and Bulgarian split squatting. Squeeze your butt. 4, down. 3, I'm sweating. I have a drip rolling down my right arm. A little faster, up, up. Range of motion is not gonna be as big. It's just not. Up for 2, down for 2. Up, down, down. I'm laughing because I can hardly lift my heels. That was 4. You got 4 more and we're done. 4, 2, down, down, 3, 2, down, down, 2, 2. 1, 2, big plie. Okay, set those weights to the side. Let's stretch our calves, get some water. We'll do the other side and then it's just our cool down, you guys. So mentally, you're gonna really attack this second side, especially the hip thrust. Good. All right, I'm just gonna shimmy this on over to the other side. You know what I'm thinking is for the second side, I'm gonna toss on the band. If you have it close, why not, right? Some people really connect to your butt more, to their butts more, not your butt, with the band around the legs. Okay, so let's continue to integrate, even though we've already done this before. Get your butt, sorry, your brain into your butt, down to the shoulder blades, no weight on the elbows. Start in that lift hold. So squeeze your sit bones together, drive your knees forward, tuck your chin to your pubic bone, abs are enough. So if you have the band on, push out on it a little bit. Let's do a few little abductions. I feel it, down for 2, down, 2. So what I'm gonna do with the band is every time I go up, I'm not sure if you can see it on this angle, I'm gonna push out a little bit. So my knees come in and then they go up and out, just a little bit. Let's single it, a little smaller, up and out. Still tuck your chin down to your pubic bone. It's a weird feeling if you're not used to it. Down, 2. It actually helps really protect the back. Little pulse. Out. I'm gonna hold my head. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, I'm ready for some weight. Load it up, we're pros now. Up we go. Weight on the shoulder blades. Scoot that weight forward. Tuck the chin to the pelvis. Down, 2, up, 2. I'm gonna yell out a bunch of different cues on this side. Just try them on all for size. If you're used to this, you might be like right in the pocket, right where you wanna feel it. If not, it does take some finagling. So option number 1 is to pull the heels closer or stretch them out farther. See how that affects your position. Down in 1, up in 3, down, 2, 3, 4. Again, as I'm pushing up, I'm pressing out on the band a little bit. Down. It's a hip hinge, so let your chest come forward. Good. Down 3, 3, 2, big press up and out. Down. Keep your eyes looking straight forward. Down, 2, 3. And if it's too much, keep it smaller or drop your weight, you know, like you have to find it for yourself. I'm starting to get a little quad. So I just have to think about relaxing that. Maybe make my drop down a little smaller. Okay, little pulses, down an inch down, lift and squeeze. My neck is getting tired, so I'm gonna take a hand behind, down, squeeze, 4, 3, 2. Okay, same ending as before, down for 2, up for 2, down. Maybe close your eyes, trust yourself, turn off the quads. Try to tuck first, pubic bone up to the ceiling, down, I'm sliding down. We got 4 more, stick with it, down, 2, up, 2. If you can do heavier weight next time, make note of that, down. Okay, hold here, squeeze your butt, relax your quads, hold. If you can balance that weight there, take your hands behind your head. Little pulse to the finish. 8, oh, my dumbbell's rolling. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Good job. Comment if this works for you and you feel it right away in your glutes or any issues that you have. I'll try to help in the comments. Okay, 10-pound weights. Even if you're tired, where are my 10-pound weights? Where'd they go? Here they are. Even if you're tired, you have to be even, okay? Don't poop out on me yet. I'm just saying that because I'm tired. Okay, weights on the ground. Same thing here. Oh, I don't have my little training wheels here. Okay, in we go. Down for 2, up for 2. You're listening to your body more than you're listening to me, ideally. Hips backwards, weight in the heel. So every time I look down at my front foot, my shin is perpendicular to the floor. I'm really not letting it drive too much forward, maybe just a hair. And then I'm really telling my back quad with my brain to relax. Like my back foot is totally relaxed. It's not pretty. In fact, on the bench, it's like a little bit sickled back there. That hurts my soul as a dancer, but gotta do it. Okay, down, stay, grab your weights. Set the back. Here we go, up for two. Down. Remember, a reminder not to fully straighten the bottom leg. Tuck the hips under though, drive through the heel. Down. Push the hips backward, like I, again, popped into your living room and I'm pulling your hips back. You're like, whoa! Down. Sometimes at the top, it helps me to open my back leg and then close, so play with that. Get that medial glute going. Down in one, up in three, down one. 3, 2, 1, down. Down. Focus, drop those shoulders back. Down. Down in three, up in one. Down, 2, 3, 1, down. Another good cue is try to get that back knee under your bench or under your chair. Down. Okay, back to twos. We've got 8 of them. This is 7. Do your best. Hips back, hips back. Here's 5. 4. It's slow. Make your muscles work. Make it harder. Down. 2. That's how you get stronger. We want that. Down. Okay, last one. Down. 2. Up. 2. And you're done. Didn't finish on the music, but it's all good. Stretch that left leg real quick. We're gonna hit the floor just for like a little bit of back extension, a nice stretch. I'm gonna bring in my foam roller. If you have one around, let's foam roll. Really helps loosen up the back. So we're gonna lay on our stomachs again. Bring it all together. Okay, down we go. Don't skip a beat. I'm gonna take the tops of my fingers to my forehead so my elbows are open. Squeeze your butt, turn out your legs here. I like that a lot. Shoulders down the back. I'm still out of breath. Okay, here we go. Fingers on the head, elbows up. We're floating a little bit, up an inch down. Down. So everything is gonna come together here. You're gonna feel every little bit. Up, little down. Elbows are open. Up. Good, start to lift the legs. Little lift, little lower, little lift, little lower. Good, stay up, hold, elbows to the sides. Side and down. So keep the elbows and the lower arms hovering above the ground. Keep your hips pushing forward. I feel everything. My butt, my hamstrings, my low back, my upper back. Good, just the pulse, elbows to hips. 7. Push your hips into the floor, you guys. Squeeze your butt. Good, hold that, just lift and lower the legs. Lift, lower. You can even take your hands to the floor if it helps you. If you're feeling too much back, little pulses here for 8, 7. Just squeeze your butt. Feels so good to put that little cherry on top. 2, 1, and release. Press out. So if you have one, grab a foam roller. If not, you can just skip ahead to the stretch. But it's a really nice way to release everything. This is my favorite foam roller. It's chewed on the side when my dog was a puppy. Precious. So we're gonna sit on it to start. Any foam roller will do. If you have a long one, that's fine. We're gonna start at the sit bones, kind of by the sit bones up to like the back of the pelvis, kind of your sacral area. And then we're gonna lean and pick a side and get that glute. Ooh, you're gonna find some interesting things there. Really important to roll out. And I find that almost everyone has a foam roller, but nobody uses it. Comment if you're one of those people. I was like, do you have a foam roller? Yeah. Do you roll? No, I've never used it. Like, oh, that's a bummer. So get into that side of the glute and a little bit down and underneath that leg. And then the other side. So it's not very interesting, but it feels good. Pay attention to what's happening in your body. You might be like, whoa, some things are really tight in there, or it might just feel kind of average, just nice, but not too life-changing. Go down a little bit. Okay, now this is my favorite part. We're just gonna roll up the spine, let your arms up. If you have a long ponytail or hair, it's gonna get caught, so move that out of the way. You can take your hands behind your head. Just roll up and down. Nothing fancy here, just a superficial roll. Once you get kind of to the shoulder blades, set your hips down and give yourself a nice stretch. Try to get your head to the floor. Oh. You can just chill there. Good. And we're gonna do hamstrings, which is a little harder to get. Sit on it again. You gotta take your hands behind you. I try to just tent the fingertips and just roll. Turn in your legs, make them parallel, turn them out. You can do calves on this. I just don't get a lot. I see people do that and I'm like, I just don't feel that. We're gonna do a little bit of IT band and then get into our stretch. So I like to do hip flexor and IT band. Even though we didn't do like specific hip flexion, everything's working. You know, your body is this beautiful, complicated thing, and I still feel tension in the hip flexors. I don't know if that's just my body, to be honest. Flip sides. We don't want to be here forever. IT band. Oh, that's usually pretty painful, and you should spend a little more time there, but we're just superficial. Maybe get that hip flexor a little bit. And then our stretches today are just gonna release the back and the hips. That lumbopelvic hip complex is all of this area, and it is very complex. So let's do hands and knees, a little cat-cow. Be nice to your spine here. Let's go slow today. Try to explore the end ranges of those stretches. Good. So with your knees open and your feet together, let's sit back into a little child's pose, but then walk. I'm going to face you for this. Walk your hands to the right and then push your left hip over the left foot, so you're sitting like in total opposition. This should feel really good to stretch up that side of your low back. Breathe through there. If you want it to go up your back and into your lat more, pull your left arm up and out and try to look under your armpit, breathing into that side. Walk your hands to the center and over the other direction. Right hip sits over the right foot. Oh. So you're kind of trying to traction your own body, like pulling out through the hand and sitting back through that hip, creating space there. We worked all those muscles a lot. And you might feel like you're sore, kind of like in a deep, achy way. And that's okay, because those muscles go very deep. Like I said, that's a huge part of your core. We just don't give it that focus, like we don't give it that name, because core's gotta be six-pack abs, you know? Good. So come up here. We're gonna do kind of a similar stretch. I want you to cross your left leg over your right. We do this all the time. Oh, okay. Maybe we need a second here. Look how tight my hips are. So let's take a second to breathe there. If this is super easy for you, you're one of those unicorns of a person that's just really open and flexible, you can walk all the way forward. I just need a second here. Try to get my hips to let go. So we are also, as humans, are gonna walk down a little bit, but the focus here is walking again over on an angle. So we're gonna walk towards the toes, so you to take your hands to the right, and the same idea of pulling back through the left hip away. It's so good. And play with this, you guys. You could be like nose down to your toes, or you can open a little bit to face the side. Either way is fine, just play with it, find a good spot. Drop your head, let's use the weight of the head and take some nice deep breaths. Through that hip, through the back. Okay, now I do this a lot in my classes. Let's see if you do it. Optional fan kick to the other side. Ready? Let me know if you fan kicked. Okay, let's sit with ourselves on this side too. Again, if you're super flexible. Oh, this side is better on me. just have a moment. I crave these so much in my life right now. I just like never have moments of quiet with little kids, and it's never quiet. You're like, just lock yourself in the bathroom just so you can be like, so just enjoy it. Close your eyes. If you need to, lean forward if you need more of a stretch. And then of course we'll take that towards the toe, so to your left. Pull the hip back. Play with it. Take some big, yummy breaths, like through your back. The back of your body is so cool because it's powerful. Like, I always feel like the back of my body is stronger. Those are bigger muscles. They just naturally are. But we just have a tendency not to work them as much because of that constant sitting. Drop your head and your chin, close your eyes, breathe. Big breaths through the body. Okay, we're gonna work from the toes up just to make our way to standing. Obviously, if you don't wanna stand, you wanna stretch some more, you can do that too. But we're just gonna tuck the toes under. I'll show it from the side, and you're gonna sit on them, as long as you don't have any like issues going on. I have really bad bunions from dancing, and this feels really great. Like initially I'm like, is my toe gonna break? But the more I do this, the happier my feet and my bunions are, so give it a shot. It's not comfortable. I'll turn and face you. We're just gonna sit there and pretend like everything's fine. You're gonna wanna take your toes out from underneath you. Don't. This opens up your feet. When's the last time you like opened up your feet, you know? It's today. Today's the time. So roll your shoulders back. Let's let that inner calm take over. Nice deep breath. Heavy through the face and the shoulders, right? But like, this is where you're getting your confidence. Again, I don't know what time of day you're doing this, but like you're building up the strength in your private space to go out and be like just a kick-ass person through your day, through your challenges, through your work, your kids. Like, that's sacred. Don't let anyone take that time from you and that time for yourself. Anyway, now that your feet are crying, let's push back to the heels. Stretch out the Achilles tendons a little bit. Again, if you have bad knees, this can be hard, so you can just go right to a forward fold. But try to press those heels to the floor. And then of course, we'll tip forward, stretching the hamstrings a little bit. Nice deep breath. Go ahead and let your head hang. Shake your head right and left. No, and then yes. So just nice loose head here. Soften the knees. Go ahead and roll up, stand through those nice, tall, straight, strong legs. Let's take one nice deep breath. Command it. Command your space. Cross your arms. And that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I just feel like I'm starting to hit my stride with YouTube. Like I'm just starting to get into it, and it's because of you guys. So thank you so much for every comment that you write, any message you send to me on Instagram. Like it means so much to me. Otherwise I'm just here like dinking around by myself, talking to nobody in my garage, and it's just really fueling my fire. Like I want to make the best content for you, because it's really hard to work out by yourself, at home, at work, whatever your situation is. It's really hard to find that motivation. So I really want to provide something that is helpful to you, but you are fueling the fire 100%. So thank you so much if you leave a comment or send me some love. It means a lot. If you liked this video and these workouts, consider subscribing, give it a thumbs up. All that stuff really helps me on YouTube. So thanks, you guys. Have a powerful, strong day and week. See you next time.